Hello, everybody, and welcome into Post-Show Headlines. It is a listener-sent-in question edition of Post-Show Headlines, and it's also attempt number 2.
Yeah, because the ghosts got in Dylan's machine.
That's why we're just
it from recording.
That's why we're just holding the mics this time, because
we're gonna hold them.
The audio apparently crashed, and so we're gonna try this again and make it just as incredible as it was the last time.
You all know the questions now, though, Andrew, so it works out. Like and subscribe.
Yes, please do that. 5 questions, 2 minutes apiece. Listener sending questions, and there's a theme, Johnny.
So Deanna and Troy are married. Deanna watches our show because Troy watches our show. So Troy, thanks for watching.
Thank you to both of you.
But Deanna is a fan, and she is a school teacher. And she asks, did either one of you ever do the sexy or couples costumes? Because she is going to be a Playboy Playmate for an adults party they're going to tomorrow night.
Nice.
And she wants Troy to be a Chippendale.
All right.
And she says Troy has the physique to carry it off. But Troy is like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Come on. You have to do it. Like, what? Because here's the deal. All right. So I've done couples costumes with my wife, but it's not sexy couples costumes.
Okay.
All right? Every year we've done a couples costume with our son. So year 1, he was a Koopa Troopa. His name's Cooper. He was a Koopa Troopa. I was Mario. She was Peach. The next year we were both farmers, and he was a chicken, and we pushed him in a stroller, and we put chicken coop on it.
What are you this year?
This year I think we gave up.
That's crazy. Wow.
Oh, man, you're 3. That's
unbelievable.
We're way past it. But I've never done the sexy couples costume thing. But here's the deal. Here would be my question to Troy. What are you going to be if your wife is walking around as a Playboy Playmate?
I know what he wants to do. You may not think it's a bad idea, though.
All right.
He wants to just wear a big
robe,
bathrobe, and with a pipe, and be Hugh Hefner.
Oh, okay.
But that's what he wants.
Then I kind of.
But she wants him to be a Chippendale because it's supposed to be the couples are trying to go for the sexiest couple or whatever. And she says, and Troy has the physique to carry it off.
Is there a pineapple outside this house?
There's not. No, it's not. So
just wondering what kind of party this is.
Does it look good?
Yeah, look, at least he's still going to play a role with the Playboy Mansion.
Right, that's what he wants
by
to be.
Being Hugh.
Right.
I would try to make your wife happy. But if you are that uncomfortable, like I would be uncomfortable.
She says he's uncomfortable. He only takes his shirt off at the pool. And she goes, he has a great physique.
All right, here's what you do.
But he didn't like the idea of walking around.
All right, here's what you do.
Yeah.
How about you do this? And you can play both parties here. You can bring the robe, dress as the Chippendale.
Right.
And then just throw the robe, because once they see you in the costume, you're in the running for sexiest costume.
Okay.
And then you just go,
Hugh.
Look,
okay.
I want to be Hugh. I'm more comfortable this way.
Okay.
So maybe you do both.
That's a good idea.
How about that?
That's a good idea. Boston on X.
Hey, Boston.
His mother was from Boston. What is the most scared, nervous, fearful you've ever felt before a Philadelphia sports event? Now, we're answering this question for the second time.
Yes.
So I know your answer now, but you can more flesh it out a little bit.
Yes, because I thought for like 10 minutes before I actually answered.
I said I walked the streets of Jacksonville after a Saturday night party, like a sponsors party. I even forget who was performing. I don't know if it was Justin Timberlake or somebody that was at the party that performed. I walked the streets of Jacksonville for probably 4 or 5 hours,
just
in the middle of the night,
kill time.
I could not sleep. I actually ended up sleeping in the morning when the sun was out before going to the Super Bowl, because I was so nervous down in Jacksonville before Super Bowl 39. I was so anxious to finally see the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
I'll give you 2 now that I think of another one. Now that we've done this already. My first one was the 2007 game 162.
Okay.
When the Phillies obviously had to beat the Nationals and the Marlins needed to beat the Mets, and the Phillies would win the division. I was stuck in traffic with my family. It was me, my mom, and my dad, and we were in traffic for like an hour. Good thing is we get to games early because we like to do that and walk around a little bit before you get to your seats. And I remember sitting in that traffic being like, oh my God, it comes down to this. Like this is it. The game that it comes down to. And thank God the Marlins had the big inning early on.
I think they scored 7.
7 total, but I think it was 3 in the first.
Oh, just 3 in the first?
Because I remember I was in line for a Schmitter with my dad when we heard the roar of the crowd, and my dad ran over to look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Tom Glavine once told me that if I ever brought it up again, that there may be physical harm.
Sure.
I wasn't really intimidated by Tom Glavine.
Yeah.
I really believed he was telling the truth.
I'll give you another one. Second round playoffs, 2012, Sixers Celtics, because I didn't think they were going to win. But remember, they went 7 games.
Sure.
And the Celtics were the team that ended up winning. That was the Doc Rivers, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce,
Game 7.
Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen. Game 7 is always stressful, especially when
a Sunday afternoon, when you don't think, I'm not mistaken.
Yes, especially when you don't think you're going to win.
Right.
And I was really nervous and be like, oh my God. And then we all know what happened after that. It was the process.
All right. Stans with a Z, STANZ on X says, are you guys in or out on the high-end haunted house experience? And he heard me say that nobody would go with me, that my wife won't go.
Yeah, it's actually
my daughter won't go. One of my nephews, thank you, JoJo, and thank you, Andrew, both said, we'd go with you. We'll go with you, Uncle John. You want to go? Of course, me buying, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
But it's like, I'd be like, sure. But nobody wants to like go with me to these things. You say your wife's out on it too.
Oh, my wife's totally out. I'm just out because I don't find it necessary in my life.
What, being scared?
Just like doing something like that. Yeah, like I like
being scared.
I like scary movies.
I love scary movies.
I like scary movies. I just don't find it necessary. Like, I have very little time in my life, right? With the 3-year-old,
exactly.
Right? So like for me to, obviously Coop's not going to this thing.
Right.
No, he'd be screwed up for life. So I would have to find a babysitter.
Right.
To drive somewhere to get scared for 2 hours.
I'd always wanted to do the penitentiary.
I'd rather go to a bar. I did it once when I was in college.
Was it great?
Yeah, it was cool. But
it's awesome.
That's a different era in my life. I've done Creamy Acres, which is in Mullica Hill. I used to take, that's where you brought the girlfriends back in the day. You get scared a little bit and then you hold hands and all that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Creamy Acres, Mullica Hill. Shout out to you. But I'm out at this stage of my life.
Okay.
It's not that I can't handle it. It's just I'd rather go to a bar if I have a babysitter than,
do that.
Haunted attractions.
Bilo on Instagram, BILO, says, the scariest executive or coach that Philadelphia has ever known, in your opinion, are Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger sitting in a front office or executive's chair?
Yeah, so Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger literally wanted to kill people, and that's what Chip Kelly tried doing to the Eagles, which is why Chip's my answer. Chip, year one, had the players to run his offense.
He did.
Vic, Deshaun,
no, he did.
Shady. He had literally the team that you would think would work with his style of play, and he said, you know what? I don't need these guys. I'm going to fake a gang report and use a reporter in the city of Philadelphia. LaShawn McCoy, I'm going to trade him for Kiko Alonso.
Yeah, I remember
because that's going to help my offense, a linebacker. That was one of the and look, thank God for Howie and Doug, because that looked like the beginning of what could be a long, dark time in Philadelphia.
And it turned.
7-9, year one, rookie quarterback, rookie coach. You were okay with that, 7-9, and then you win the Super Bowl in year two. The fact that they won the Super Bowl just 2 years after Chip, to me, is still and just incredible.
Chip did do some things that helped win that Super Bowl, though.
Oh yeah, he got some players. Yeah.
I think so. Ty on X,
and then the Eagle, and then Howie actually used some of those players to trade up, like Byron Maxwell.
He did. Ty on X says, when you were a kid and you were left alone.
Who's your answer?
Mine was definitely Sam Hinkie.
Yeah.
Because of that stupid process, which just is to me is the biggest. It's maybe the biggest scar on my fandom. Of when I think about it, the 4 teams that I love, it's the biggest scar on my fandom that this was considered. Well, this is a genius plan.
Genius, man.
It's so ingenious. Well, first off, you learned to freaking draft. Maybe it would be.
People raised his name in the banners.
Idiots. When you were a kid, Ty asks, and you were left alone for the first time at home, their 12-year-old is going to be left alone. And this was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I don't know how it went, but describe it. Were you scared or not? I left lights on.
Right.
I checked the locks.
I did not.
And I would put the light on in our kitchen. And this is a small Cape Cod house, but I literally light on in the kitchen, light on in the living room, light on in the room I was in. Lights are on.
Yeah.
I was petrified being alone for the first time.
One of the first memories I have being left home alone was around, it was a dark, scary night. It was around this time. I watched Halloween by myself.
That's incredible.
With the lights off. And it was a dumb decision to make. First time I ever watched that movie was by myself at a young age, lights out.
Oh my gosh.
But then the scariest one for me, I was actually dog sitting, house sitting, however you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
I was staying at my buddy's Jack's house. By the way, Jack was one of my groomsmen, so like this is how far back we go. I was in high school, and he and his family went away for a weekend trip somewhere, so just 2 days, and they had a puppy or a little bit of an older dog
that you had to take care of.
That I took care of for 2 days, and their house backed up to woods,
Oh,
and
boy.
so I'm in a house that I would go to play at or hang out at,
Right?
but not sleep over by myself, where the noises of your house.
Oh, no, your noises.
Like, the creaks, all this kind of stuff.
Hey, South Mellon Road, that house creaks.
You don't know another person's house at night, especially when it backs up to the woods, and you have to let the dog out at nighttime before bed.
So you're thinking someone's out there to get you.
Yeah, because there's no fence.
Oh,
it just backed up to the woods. I don't know.
I said we in Georgia used to bring our house backed up. The Chattahoochee River ran right through our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there were woods that led down to the river. And at night when I'd put Keenan, the big dog out, big mutt, she would go out. I would bring the lantern thing and I would shine it towards the woods, and you could see the eyeballs looking back at you.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
Coyotes, baby.
Yeah. You don't know those coyotes. Might have been people.
We don't have the coyotes here. Hey, like and subscribe.
Please
and thank
do.
you. And have a great Halloween, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.